We are now on number 9. We'll talk about adjust the constraint bias. So what is a bias? When you add a constraint to both sides of a view, the view will becomes a center between the two constraints with the bias of 50% by default. So example, you imagine that this is the view, and when you have the start constraint or end constraint in the horizontal direction, you will create, it will be automatically has the it will automatically has the bias. Bias happen when we have start constraint and end constraint, or top or bottom constraint. So if it has the 50%, so 50% it will be placed center of the screen. And another definition, for the bias, you can adjust the bias by just drag the bias slider in the attribute windows, or by dragging the view, or another one can edit the XML as well. So let's demo the code. So right now we expect that we have one view, and I got some fixed width 100 dp, and for the height 100 dp as well, and I give some background color white, but I will change it here. I change the color to be gold color, and then I will no need idea things. So let's zoom in. So then I have one views, and then let constraint. It said that if it has the two of constraint, and then it will be it will has the bias. So right now let's start with the horizontal direction. Start to the start of parent. So right now we have only one constraint, right? So we need to have another one, and to the end of parents. Wow, so here is the bias. As you can see that there is like a chain, and then so then it has the bias, and it said that we can change the bias value by just drag. See, just drag. See, so normally if you don't has this, it will be automatically 50%, so will be placed center. But example, some case you don't want the view to be the center, so you need it at the start. So you can change the bias 0.2.1, and if 0.5 is default, it's center. 0.6, 0.7, 0.9, see, because it has the bias. And it's also said that we can change the bias value at the attribute window. So right now we have the horizontal bias, so I can just change from the slider. I want it next to here, or 0 dp, so 0, so it doesn't has some space. Let's see. So this is the bias, and in case we have another constraint, top constraint, parent as well, and for the bottom So right now it doesn't has the bias yet because it has only single top constraint. It must be has a bottom constraint as well. Bottom, and then place it parents. So right now the view is center of the screen in the vertical direction. So I want it to be at the center, and we need to remove here bias. So right now this view stay at the center of the screen, but in case that you want the vertical direction, this view to be at the top by 20%. So bias vertical 0.2. Wow, it's really helpful. So bias, you can say that it will be has when you have two constraints from the top to the bottom, or from the left side to the right side. So when the left side and the right side has the constraint, so the bias you can use it by just give some value for the percentage. If you don't have the value, it will be 0.5 default. Yes, that's all for the bias.